Hello everyone, Shorts Fiat here, and we are playing today the alpha version of Galactic Civilizations III. Now, if you're like me, you've been a fan of the series, and when you heard there was a Galactic Civilizations III, you were just like, wow. I mean, I know I personally was like, wow, that's amazing, and then, I heard about it about the same time I heard about Age of Wonders 3, and when Age of Wonders 3 came out, it was awesome. So, I'm getting pretty hyped about Galactic Civilizations 3, and when I heard that Galactic Civilizations 3 was offering early access, I jumped at the chance. Now, some of you, though, may not be willing to put $100, give or take, into an alpha or early access game, which I can understand. But as a longtime fan of the Galactic Civilizations 3 series, and somebody who's played all games in the Galactic Civilizations series as well as Stellar Frontier back in the day, which was awesome, I really wanted to cover this, and much to my delight, I am allowed to post YouTube videos about it. I just have to keep stating that it is currently in the alpha, so the things I may show you in this video are not necessarily what's going to be in the final product. I'm just trying to create this for those interested in Galactic Civilizations 3, but that don't have the money or are unwilling to put down the money that you need to get into the alpha. Alright, so first things first, let's just load the game that we've got up here. And load. Now, because it is alpha, I mean, it's just plain as day that this is an alpha. Well, that's really not a big problem. I mean, you are limited in so many ways. There's just 4 races to play as, but it really doesn't matter what you play as because you can't really customize the ships yet. But the first thing that struck me about this game is that, well, the first thing is that you can't scroll by moving to the edge of the screen, but aside from that, it feels like an expansion upon the previous Galactic Civilizations games, which is exactly what it should be. You take what you had before it, and then you make it a little better. There's some improvements and changes that they've made that I actually like, that they've gotten in this game. And again, it's alpha, so it's all subject to change. But the first thing is, they take the planet screen that you may be familiar with from Galactic Civilizations 2, and it's now on a hex grid. And so you may be saying, well, what's so wrong? What was so wrong with the rectangular grid? Why do we need a hex grid? Well, that was one of my first questions too. But when you have a square grid like we did before in Galactic Civilizations 2, the only way you can get adjacent to another facility is top, bottom, right, or left. But when you have it on a hex grid, you can have more adjacent facilities. And this is important because Galactic Civilizations 3 appears to be adding adjacent facility bonuses. So, for example, with our starport here, I always built factories next to a starport back in Galactic Civilizations 2 just because I thought it would look interesting, but now it actually has an advantage to that. It will give each factory right here, it says it gives a bonus to adjacent improvements plus 1 to manufacturing plus 1 level to military. So when I build ships, it's receiving bonuses from the nearby factories. And then you have other adjacent ones, and if your civilization capital is able to be next to another facility, that helps. But there is nothing here. You still have your terraforming tiles that you got to research. Pretty basic, but that's one of the major changes I noticed right away. It's now a hex grid, and you've got proximity bonuses, which is good because in the previous GalSim games, all you could do was just throw down facilities. It didn't matter where, as long as you had a space for it, it was good. But now you're going to have to more strategically plan your cities and planets, and to me, that's good. Alright, another thing that I really like is the way they've changed, at least slightly, the starbase concept. Yeah, let's just hurry up and finish our constructor here. Alright, we got an idle ship. Now, if you're expecting to see any battles or anything like that, combat is clearly unfinished. Basically, you're almost pretty much guaranteed. Ooh, enemy ship. Everybody here, there's no diplomacy at this point in time. You can't do treaties, which is fine. Basically, your enemies are stuck on super easy mode. But, again, that's fine. It's alpha, so... Oh, how dare you colonize that. Now I gotta conquer that planet. Yeah. in planetary conquest, you basically needs no effort at this point in time. But anyways, you weren't supposed to conquer that. Alright. And it looks like the constructor still got one turn left. So for that, before I explain that, they've changed the research slightly, it seems. You have your 4 branches here. It's no longer a big screen that takes up the entire screen. Well, it probably will be once you're able to have access to the complete tech tree. Yeah, this stuff is not in alpha. Alright, but one thing that I like is, you research something and then you research the basic technology here, and some things can be specialized in terms of specialization skills. Like here we have interstellar specialization and drive system specialization. When you get to this, you have to research you can research whatever one you want. So let's just go for interstellar specialization. I want a mass capacity increase, so yeah, let's go for that. And then, you're not just limited to only one in a fashion like you would be familiar with if you played a Master of Orion 2, where you can only research one, and then the other technologies that were available to you at the time, you can't research because you go on to the next. So it's not really too much different, but there are some improvements, it seems. Hopefully there's more technologies to research, which is good, because that was one of the great things I liked about the previous games. Lots and lots of technologies to research, and in my opinion, in a game like this, it should be impossible to research everything in a single game. And hopefully they'll be able to have it so mod friendly that you can create your own technologies, because that's one thing I love. But here's the thing about the constructors now. If you're familiar with the previous games, when you built a starbase, you could just move the constructor to it like I just did there, and when it moved it to it, you came up with your options for what you could build. It came up with your options for what you can build. And I need to research better. I think I need better starships. But anyways, basically, an idle colony here. Earth is idle, so let's just build some transporters. We got to invade. I'll show you some of the ships. You can't edit them yet. The shipyard is unavailable, but this here's your explorer, your sniper, your laser, your scout. I'm playing this for the Terran Empire. Republic, or not, wait, not Terran Republic. I've been playing Planetside too much. Here's a colony ship, your constructor, transport, your explorer, sniper, and scout. If y'all are interested in seeing the other ship designs currently, I could probably create a game if people are interested and just show you the ship designs that the others have so far. Those are the basic ones that I've researched right now. And for your planetary, I'm not sure if this was in Galactic Civilizations 2 or not, but you can do things like your economic stimulus to increase your economic production per turn, your research production per turn, cultural more per turn, or birthing subsidies, give you more people per turn. Alright. Guess we'll have to conquer that planet. But anyways, as I'll explain about the starbase facilities, I have reached my max starbase module limit. In the previous games, you could just move your constructor to the starbase, and then you could just pick an upgrade, and boom, it will automatically be upgraded. Now, if the trend continues if it continues like what it seems like in alpha, then basically it's looking like you'll be able to take the constructor there, then you'll choose from the menu on the side, as you probably saw. Get back here. Yeah, the available modules are up here, but apparently I don't have any free. I have constructed 2 so far. You choose one, but you have to have a constructor available here. And then from there you can build modules, and it actually takes time. There's no more instant starbase building modules, so you're going to have to plan ahead with your starbases. And I can't say this for sure, but given that there's a defending fleet area now for star bases, it's looking like it might be much easier now to defend your star bases, because theoretically they might be able to have a fleet with them too. I can't say that for sure right now, since your enemies are on easy mode and probably will not attack you, and battles aren't shown, but if that is indeed a possibility, I think that would just be awesome. And yeah. I don't really need to drag on, because basically the bare bones research and the constructor stuff is pretty much, well, pretty much all there really is to talk about. The combat and all that other stuff, the race customization, ship customization is not finished. But hey, it's alpha. The main thing, though, I do want to say is, one thing that everybody expects from alpha is, aside from an unfinished game, is one thing, but another thing is the potential for bugs, crashes, and ladies and gentlemen, I have just simply not seen that here with Galactic Civilizations 3. Ooh, a constructor. I can't let you live. Die. Confirm battle. Victory. I am awesome. You're gonna die. Confirm battle. Yes, you're dead. See, it doesn't have the battles yet ready, but when it does, I intend to show them to you. But basically, the game has been entirely playable. Oh, they got lasers now. This could be bad. Anyways, basically, I guess I shouldn't drag on too much. I have yet to encounter any crashes, any, bugs or anything like that. I mean, sure, they're there, I guess, if you do much more extensive testing than perhaps I have time for. But regardless, the fact that the game comes up smoothly, I didn't really have any issues at all installing the alpha. There may be more problems later on, but it's just a really good sign to me that it started off so well as it has. And yep, I can get advanced starbase defenses, but I do not have the points. Oh well. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going to let this video drag on. The main things that you need to know is, like I say, it's looking like we're going to be operating on a hex grid-based system with adjacent bonuses. Research is very similar to what you've had before, with some minor changes, but nothing too insignificant, with the ability to specialize. Like, we researched economics, so now we can begin to choose our specializations, and again, we can research all of these, but it's your choice as to what you want to research first. More money, or reduced maintenance cost, reduced manufacturing cost, or farming specialization, more food, less cost, and all that stuff. Ooh, what is that? Maybe researching industrial theory will give me more starbase modules. Yeah. Governors and statuses is still done, but yeah. So yeah, those changes at the constructors that I talked about with starbases. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You see, did I cover everything that's available so far? Slight changes to research, changes to construction. But yeah, the main thing to focus on is it's functioning and running smoothly on my computer. The only gripe I have is that there appears to be no way to scroll by moving your mouse to the edge of the map. I may be wrong, but in any case, it doesn't matter. It's still running very flawlessly, so I think that's awesome. And yeah, like I say, that's pretty much all there is to talk about now. So thank you all for watching. I hope this gave you guys some insight if you're looking into the game and hoping for it. And from what I've seen and how playable it is at this point in stage, as far as running smoothly from a technical standpoint, I have to say I'm already impressed and really looking forward to the continual development of this game. And I really appreciate how Stardog is being cool enough to let those of us who did get in, who did pay money to get into the early access, can talk about it so freely on YouTube, to give other people a heads up as to what can be expected and how the game development's going. So yeah, I intend to keep everyone up to date and all that good stuff. I don't know if that'll take me back to the... this will probably take me back to the main menu. So yeah, anyways, I intend to keep giving out updates, ideally with each major update that they make to the game as the game goes on until its eventual release. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and have a great day.